It's an autumn day here in my northeast corner of Australia. A little overcast today, but there is blue sky here and there. It's another glorious morning. Thought we might go for a stroll through the garden. Coming back from the birdsong and the wallabies. Thought we would start with my rather willful child. This is my garden bed that gives me endless amounts of trouble. Suffered a great deal during the cyclone, the rainy season, but starting to come back. It's right here, starting to flourish. Thank goodness, it's taken a while. The daylilies didn't do much this year. And that's my Duranta that suffered quite considerably. One of the many. There is some beautiful salvia growing at the moment. And some gorgeous angelonia. Always looks terrific. My bloodleaf certainly stands out. And there's an iris in there that has been flowering as non-stop through the rainy season. Genera starting to come back as well, showing its gorgeous blooms. And then there's my salvia madrensis. It's really taken off considerably. Mandevilla starting to take off as well. Quite a bit of white in this garden bed here. As you can see, euphorbia, white pentas, gerbras were flowering, but they will come back again. It's white angelonia, and the waffle plant, which I love. It was flowering. Cordylines are struggling through the giant sword fern, and my poor palm lily, shredded by grasshoppers and the wind from the cyclone. But thankfully, over here, my Downunder is blooming beautifully. My pink lady fingers. Really is a gorgeous little bloom. Some of the walking iris not quite opened for the day. Those petals open slowly as the sun comes out more and more during the day. So let's go through to the nursery now, what I call my shade house. Still swamped a little bit with the giant sword fern. Some gorgeous inky fingers, colas flowering at the moment. And then there's my elephant ears, which, yes, they've turned into giants. Not quite sure what I'm going to do with that. But to keep or stay. It's beautiful. Red colas on the other side. And love the colours on this Citrusina. And behind there is my variegated umbrella tree, a little dwarf one, in the way. big arching leaves of a ginger. Alpinia, beautiful foliage on that one. And interestingly enough, my bulb experiment from last year has come to life again. We shall see how they fare this year in our climate. All the dragonweed begonias are taking off again. Need another trim. Now here is my two little spiral gingers. One with the variegated leaf, which hasn't flowered yet, and the little orange one. It's been flowering pretty well. And down here is my globa, which is just now coming to the end of its flowering and have a little sleep during the winter time here. As you can see, it's starting to die back a little. And one of my favourite little ferns, which is hard to find in amongst all the giant sword fern. And the last little bloom left on my orchid, my dendrobium, somehow got nibbled. Not quite all gone though. Patients are starting to come back very slowly. And they all need a decent trim, but it's hard to get in there. Lots of walking iris in here, and philodendrons are starting to take off. My beautiful stramanthe, and it has been eaten by grasshoppers over the summer and still recovering. More of my bulbs coming through. Another alpinia. And beautiful pretty plant. Another one hidden in there too. Now, this end of the shade house is the working end. Before we do get past that quickly, one of my little cucumbers is starting to die off for its winter sleep. Anthurium always blooming. It blooms on my coals here and here. My tree fern suffered quite a bit, as you can see. Grasshoppers again, and just the wind didn't agree with it. Over on this side I have a new little shrimp plant in one of my pots coming along nicely for my garden outside. A few orchids in here. Not quite sure what this little thing is. Hard to see those little white flowers, but they certainly make a brilliant display. And the dragonwings are starting to come back beautifully. Now as we wander closer down, you can see my nodding violet, which is always difficult to capture the colour of that. And over here I have a few Rex begonias, which I love. And now we're getting to the ugly bit, but I just wanted to record my Helleborus, which don't normally grow in our climate, but it's still struggling, hanging in there. These are cuttings and things that have survived the wet. We'll go out into the garden. So, just taking a look around the shade house. Attached to the western side of our house